Do you hear that? Music playing in the background? The power is off. This is the Rane ME-60 Micro EQ that I featured on my channel a few months ago. Well, it came back. And so check this out. So it's not in bypass. If I put it in bypass, you can see how much louder the audio is. So that's out of bypass with the power off. I'm going to turn the power on. The audio does get a little bit louder. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the MP3 player. So I've got nothing going into it right now, but check this out. And yes, I do have these things cranked all the way up to plus 12 dB on both channels to be able to reproduce this problem. And it goes into overload on both channels. So let me show you what I think I might have found on this unit. Okay, power is back off. So going to be kind of hard to see on the camera, but I'm going to go ahead and add a lead back here to the RCA jack. Okay, that one stayed. Now I'm going to ground it to the chassis. No more audio. So let's turn the power on now. Now I'll turn up the gain control. And it's working perfectly. So I'm going to pause the MP3 player now. And I'm going to go ahead and turn up. Still, everything's at max. Turn those up all the way. No feedback. Now this did not exhibit this problem last time. So I believe what's going on is we've lost the ground on that RCA input jack assembly right there. So I'm going to see if I can fix it, because the only one I can find to replace it actually has red, white, and yellow, and I think one black, instead of red and white for right and left. I'm not even sure if this one has that. Let's go ahead and unplug it and take a look at it real quick. Nope, that one's just all black. Okay, so I've got the circuit board completely pulled out of this unit. And take a look at what I see when I look underneath these jacks. Now keep in mind, there's 6 pins in 2 groups of 3. The center pin, which would be this pin right there, and that pin right there, are the ground pins. Now as you look down, let me try to flex this just a little bit. Look, I can see the terminal up there. There's no pin connected anymore. That's the problem. And I can kind of see where it used to be. So let's go ahead and desolder this jack completely off of the circuit board. Just held on with those pins right there. And see if we can attach a lead to it without having to replace the whole jack assembly and get odd colors for this customer. All right, well, I got the jack assembly out of the unit, and as you can see, there are no ground connections there. You can see where they used to be, but they have left the building. So I don't think this thing comes apart easily. I've got to pull these inserts out, and I'm not willing to do that. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and tack a wire to the bottom of each one of these, bend it at a 90, then run it back through the board where it originally should have been. And I think at that point we will be in business once again. I'm just wondering if I should run a lead out the side and then attach it to ground somewhere. I think that might be a better choice. So since these are gold plated, they should accept solder quite readily. So I'm just going to go ahead and pre-tin these. Excellent. And excellent. Then I have a little piece of hookup wire That I'm going to go ahead and pre-tin as well. Then I'm just going to go ahead and lay this down on here. We'll get that side. And so both of those are connected to the hookup wire at this point. And luckily on the circuit board, when I go to mount this thing, there are a couple of holes that I can run that wire through, then just reattach it right down here. I don't feel the need to run 2 grounds since they're commonly tied together right here with less than an inch of copper. I don't think that's going to create any kind of a channel-to-channel imbalance. But I do need to go ahead and pull those out. I don't want to leave those behind. Okay, let's reinstall it, get it soldered up, and I think we're going to be good. Well, change of plans. Those 2 holes I was going to use to pass the wire through are actually a structural support for the unit. So at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and bend a couple of pieces and tack them on much like that, only straight up and down, and they should fit down those holes perfectly. Okay, I think that's going to work just fine. Now I think we can reassemble this unit. Okay, got the unit all back together now. Let's go ahead and power this up. I do have audio connected to it, but nothing's playing at the moment. I still have all the controls, hard to see, but they're all up. Absolute maximum plus 12 dB. High cut and low cut are off, basically. It's not in bypass. So let's crank the gain up. And I get absolutely nothing. Perfect. Okay, start the MP3. Working perfect. High-low cut working great. Same on that channel. Well, hope you enjoyed the quick little video on what I found on the Rane ME-60 Micro Graphic Equalizer. Anyhow, just wanted to bring you along, show you what I found on this thing. After almost a year, it came back, and I think we found out what the problem was. Everyone have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Stand by for possible bloopers. Bye-bye. It does begin to squeal. And see if it'll stay. Probably not. Micro to the axis.